Hello folks, today is 24th of February 2025 and this is the chart of the pound scene, which is GBPJPY. This is the weekly time frame. From the weekly time frame, you can tell price started going up from this point here, filling all this weekly fair value gap. There's this weekly fair value gap. This is a high probability fair value gap, so price started filling it, completed the gap to create a balance. Then when you get to this point here, market started going down, then went back up, and this is kind of forming a double top chart pattern. So let me use my line chart, something like this anyway. Price got here, bounce back, and got here, bounce. So this is a resistance zone, or I'll call it a supply zone. So back to my chart. So now from the daily time frame, from this weekly we can tell the overall trend is what? Bearish. So let's go to the daily time frame. From the daily time frame, I can tell from this point, markets have just been going down from this point, go down, come up a little bit, go down, come up again, go down, come up, go down, come up, go down, come up, go down. So this is just making a series of lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. This is lower high here. Buy side liquidity, where buyer's position was gathered. Then a new trend started from here. Lower high, lower low, lower high. Buy side liquidity was gathered here. Lower low, then lower high. Buy side liquidity was gathered here. This sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity. Then a new trend started from here. Sell side liquidity, lower, that is sell side liquidity, lower low, buy side liquidity, lower high. Then this is lower high. Then at this point here is what? My lower low. Then that is this lower low is the sell side liquidity, where seller's position was gathered. Then it went up a little, which is what? The buy side liquidity, lower swing high. Another swing low just occurred. Buy side liquidity, buyer's position was gathered here at this point here. So market started going down. So I can draw a trend line. Now to get a perfect trend line, it must touch minimum of 2 weeks. What is a week? This is a week here. Candlestick week. What is shadow? Some people call it shadow, call it tail. Shadow or tail is also weak. This point here and this point here. So to get a perfect trend line, it must touch minimum of 2 weeks. So this trend line must touch a minimum of 2 weeks to make it so now you can tell this the trend line is touching minimum of 2 weeks. Touch this, tap this, and also this. If I don't want this in my 4 hours, I can go to this point here, my trend line, day one trend line, turn it to daily trend line, daily trend line. I call it daily trend line. Then adjust the time frame it should show on. Do that from here. I want it to show only on daily. It should show only on daily. So we're gonna go follow this. Daily, done. So if I go to my 4 hours now, it's not gonna show on there. This is another trend line for my 4 hours. Right. Okay, this is another trend line for this is the 4 hours daily time frame. I have a trend line on the 4 hours, that's right. So we can tell from here this market is a what? A bearish market. Price is just going down. So from this point here I got something. Something occurred here. I got this side. This point here is my lower high, buy side liquidity, lower high, sell side liquidity, lower low, swing high, buy side liquidity, which that was what I call this. We should check this small trend and look at lower high, buy side liquidity. Then it went down. Forming first, before going down, we can see a bearish engulfing bar. So this is another signal to tell you to go short if you traded it last week, which I did anyway. So you can see a little triangle here. This triangle is my 4 hours fair value gap. So this is my buy side liquidity, lower high or swing high. So it went down. This move, impulsive move, is the lower low or sell side liquidity, which that was what I call this small triangle. Lower low, sell side liquidity. Seller's position was gathered at that point. So after that, it formed a bullish Arami pattern. So it went up. Why does it went up? Look at something. This, no, not this. This, I call it the 4 hours FVG, 4 hours fair value gap. What does that mean? If you watch, let's zoom in. You can see what is the fair value gap. The fair value gap is a 3 or 4 candlestick pattern where price move in one direction, causing an imbalance. So now we have to emphasize that definition on this. The price went down. I'm going here. From here, it went down and stopped at here. This 3 candle, a 3 candlestick pattern. Now, it only favored sellers, the bears. The market was only going in one direction, causing an imbalance. Simply, there was no balance between buyers and sellers. So, market went down, a 3 candlestick formation, causing an imbalance, favoring only sellers, and there was no buyers in the market. So, when market go to these points, which I call the lower low or the sell side liquidity, where seller's position was gathered, it formed what? A bearish Arami pattern, which is a candlestick pattern. Now it went up to balance this gap. It went up to balance this gap. Now if it have stopped here, there's a name for that on your fair value gap, and as it stopped in the middle here, there's a name for this, and if it have gotten to this point, there's a name as well for this. So if we were to go more exponentially on about to expand more further or expatiate on this fair value gap that you form on the 4-hour time frame. You can tell that something like this is there's something called CBBC, CBSIBI, BCBISI. Well, I don't want to start expatiating on that. Anyway, to avoid analysis paralysis, and though I will not be confused, I'm just explaining my analysis. So now it have filled this gap. It have actually filled the gap. So now a new trend started. So from this point now, I can call this what? Lower high. Buy side liquidity, BSF, higher high, lower high, I mean to say. So even on the little trend line, you see it. This the lower high or swing high. Buy side liquidity was gathered, then a new trend just started. So this on the 4 hours. Let me check 1 hour. You can see, fill this gap, and then it started going down. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it plays out.